Let me ask you something. Do your systems talk to each other, or does your staff do the talking between them? Do you have spreadsheets that bridge the gap? Does your team have to email someone to confirm pricing? Do your contracts live in one system and your customer details in another? If so, your systems aren't integrated. Your people are. When people become the integration layer, that's expensive. Today, I want to walk through a story about a small organization that was functioning, but functioning with friction. And the longer they put off fixing it, the more the friction grew.
Welcome to End Business Tech Frustration, the podcast for small and mid-sized business leaders and entrepreneurs who are struggling with technology that is not meeting their business needs. I'm Jim Kenyon, and for more than 35 years, I've helped businesses fix their tech, align their people and processes, and implement systems that actually work. In each episode, I break down real stories, practical strategies, and simple frameworks that help you choose the right tools, roll them out the right way, and build a business that runs smoothly. If your technology isn't supporting your business and delivering the results that you need, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Today, I'm focusing on a business that had two key systems. They had a CRM system that was their system of record. All their customers, pricing agreements, contracts, sales data, that's where that lived. They also had an event planning and management system. Now, here's the interesting part. The event system was easier to use. It was intuitive. The staff liked it. But it didn't talk to their CRM system. They had different data models. They had different record structures. So there was no clean way to integrate them. So what happened? If a customer wanted to sign up for an event, the team could quickly enter it in the event system. But they couldn't easily verify the contract pricing in real time. So someone had to manually go in and check the CRM system. If a customer needed to provide documentation for the event, such as liability, release, it lived in the event system, but didn't live in the CRM system. The history of the events the customer paid for was stored in the event management system, but not in the CRM system. So now the information was split between two platforms. And because the CRM system was complex, it tended to be difficult to use. And it didn't have strong, timely vendor support. So as a result, only a few technical people within the organization could really manage it, which meant those people became the bottlenecks. And when they were busy, everything slowed down. And because the systems didn't speak to each other, they needed to be reconciled manually. So the organization wasn't failing. They were operating, but they were operating with friction. So the real cost shows up in manual reconciliation, delays, rework, key person dependency, stress, fire drills, lost opportunities and revenue. And here's what I see frequently with small and mid-sized businesses. Leaders assume that because the system is still running, it's working. But working isn't the same as performing. And over time, friction compounds. So for this business, the event volume increased and customer expectations increased. And the business tried to grow. And this gap between the systems widened. The systems weren't broken. They just weren't aligned to the way the organization operated. And so this impacted not just the business tech, but it also impacted people, processes, and the overall organization. So as a business leader, you need to evaluate on a regular basis your business technology.
Don't look at it just when something breaks. You need to look at it on a regular basis to ensure that it's performing. So here are some questions you should be asking. From a performance perspective, is the system delivering what you expect? Is it meeting the targets and the goals that you need it to achieve? Is it creating efficiency or is it creating rework? So is it streamlining your processes or is it starting to create obstacles? So from an integration standpoint, are your systems talking to each other? Are they sharing information? Is it efficient? Or are your people bridging the gaps? Are they coming up with manual workarounds to plug gaps that are in your system? You also need to take a look at scalability. Are your systems supporting your growth, or are they holding them back? So are you feeling friction within your organization as you're trying to scale it? From a customer experience perspective, can your teams see the full picture? Or do they have to pivot between several different systems and between workarounds? Because again, that's creating friction. Do your customers have to repeat their information several times so that you can capture it in these different systems? From a support and sustainability perspective, when you have a problem, does your vendor support you in a timely way? Do they get back to you and provide quick answers? If they can't fix something, do they let you know with periodic status updates so that you're well informed? Is the system usable by more than one expert? Or do you rely on one or a few people, again, which would be creating bottlenecks? If you take a look at the complexity of the system and the functionality, is it the right size? Or is it too complex for what you need it to do? Is it too large? Does it provide too much functionality than what you really need? Does it require too many resources from within the organization in order to support it? So here's what happened with this organization. The organization knew that there was friction. They recognized that there was a performance gap. But given all of their other priorities, they didn't allocate the time to replace and to upgrade the system. So what did that lead to? Well, it led to fire drills when something didn't work, scrambling at odd hours and on weekends, updating records under time pressure. Reconciliation happened late at night. Integrating strategic work was pushed aside so that they could attend to the fire drills. So putting off the technology decision didn't eliminate the problem. It guaranteed that they would have to deal with it later and under pressure. Fixing systems under pressure is always more expensive. It's more stressful. It's more disruptive. So as you think about your business and your systems and whether they're integrated, here are a few questions for you. Where are your manual workarounds? Look across your business. Who are your system heroes that are holding everything together? And what is their capacity? Are they slowing things down? What would happen if they left? How would that impact your business? Are your systems supporting your growth? Or are they creating barriers and slowing it down? And most importantly, are you planning ahead for your technology to evolve? Are you being proactive? Or are you waiting for a crisis? Because technology problems, they just don't fix themselves. They compound and they grow. And if your systems are creating friction instead of performance, it's time to take a look at them, to evaluate them. And if they're not meeting your business needs, then put together a plan, define a timeline, and allocate resources and be intentional. Because the only thing that waiting's going to do for you is it's just going to ultimately increase your cost and your stress.
Thanks for listening to End Business Tech Frustration. If you enjoyed today's episode, subscribe or follow the show so that you never miss an insight. And if your business is struggling with technology that doesn't support your goals, connect with me on LinkedIn. I'd love to hear how technology is impacting your business, whether it's good, bad, or just downright painful. Remember, your technology should empower your people, strengthen your processes, and make your business thrive. If it's not doing that, I'm here to help you get your tech right and to get real value from it. See you in the next episode.